Hi, it's Sam from Smart School Councils. Congratulations on becoming a member of your school's communication team. Your job is to get everyone in your school involved in your Smart School Council and help set up and analyse the weekly class meetings. It's a really important role, and this video will show you how to do it. To help us, I'm going to imagine that I'm also a member of a communications team for a school called the Smart School Councils International School. And I'll play the role that you're going to get so familiar with over the course of the next year. We start on the Smart School Council's homepage, and we need to log in by clicking on the top right hand corner for the premium login button. Your teacher will have provided you with your username and your password, so it should be straightforward. I'm going to put my password in now. And then the first thing that we should see as we log in are the results from last week's class meeting. Now, if you haven't run one yet, that's absolutely fine. What you'll see instead is a blank screen like this. And we'll talk more about the results at the end of the video. For now, let's pretend that we're setting up our first class meeting by clicking in the middle button. Now, because it's our first class meeting, we don't need to look at the actions from the previous meeting. We only need to decide as a communications team what question we are going to ask our entire school for the pupils to discuss and vote upon. And I think it's important that we remind ourselves that these questions should be useful and they should be purposeful in those discussions. For our example, we're going to ask, what should the reward be for gaining 100% attendance this term? Now, as well as deciding what the questions should be, we need to have options that we will debate and vote on in the school to give us a result. In our example, we're going to have 4 options, 4 different rewards that we'll vote on. The first one is going to be a sports voucher. And for each of our options, we can add a photograph just to help us visualize what the choice might be. I think it's a good idea for you to talk more with your teacher about the best way to put photographs into your class meetings. Our second option is going to be to choose our own non-uniform day. And I'll add my photograph to that one also. Here it is. Our third option is going to be lunch with your fave teacher. And I've got a spelling mistake, which I'll change here. And then put in my next photograph. Where is it? There's the lunch photograph. And then our last option is going to be a trip that we can decide where we'd like to go. So a trip of our own choosing. My photograph for that one is just here. So then the next thing that we have to do is click save, because that firstly is going to save all of our changes, and secondly helps us to check that the spelling and the photographs are all accurate before we submit it to the teacher for their approval. So we'll come back onto this page, check our class meeting here, and there you can see our different options and the 4 photographs that go with them. Submit for approval, and that's our job done in setting up the new class meeting. Once the class meeting link has been sent out to all of the teachers in school, it's your job to encourage them to do the meeting with their classes. Remember, we want every pupil discussing the question you've set. They should have their say, and you can help them to do that. This is what your question will look like on the classroom's interactive whiteboard whilst everyone is discussing it. Pupils have 5 minutes to decide which option to vote for, and so will you too in your classes. These are the rules for the discussion, and when we click next, you can see here the question that you've generated and the options and the photographs beside them.